Yo, this is Tone Kapone, and you're getting lifted to the sounds of my DJ Spaceship. Go ahead and beam him up, boy. Let's get him.
Greetings and salutations from us to all the nations. We're about to get loose, strictly for entertainment. We're repping Tampa Bay, 10 toes down. This waves of the bay. No, we ain't playing brown. Tuesday nights from 8 to 10. Make sure you ride the wave. It's Tone Kapone and DJ Spaceship on your airwaves. We're mixing interviews, R&B and hip hop. We're blasting off, and the top is just a pit stop.
But nah, man, we got a couple of spoken word artists, a couple poets up in here that we actually have rocking on our July show, man. I'm so excited. July 21st, we get to do well, like y'all already know, most of y'all know probably, but Ignite the Night, we've been doing it for over 5 years. We do it third Sundays every month. But this month we're coming up is this weekend we got Jay Wiz's album release at the 5 Star Dive Bar. So hip hop R&B show is going to be ridiculous. Like there's some heavyweights on that show for real. So we're honored to get to do that one. That's the 23rd this Sunday. But the July show is what I'm really looking forward to because I've been down with spoken word. Like I used to go to Solstice Lounge and shout out to Uncle Cotton. I haven't been to spoken words honestly, but it's just because it's on the other side of town on a Thursday. You know what I'm saying? But if I ever get off on a Friday, I'm definitely going to come through. But I show respect to Nova because I know exactly the beast that it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's built a juggernaut with that shit, man.
Indeed.
And then poetry is, the radio show on 88.5. Shout out 88.5. Wally B. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on. Like, we even had the good people of Grow House come out here. Dennis and Curtis, and there's a lot of stuff going on in the spoken word community right now. And I'm just happy to be able to present our little twist on it.
Hey, we just trying to get in, man.
Yeah, like we're not trying to run the monthly and nothing like
that's
that.
It. We just trying to get in there.
The thing about Ignite the Night that I absolutely love is that we can do whatever the fuck we want to do.
This is true.
I don't have to do an open mic. I don't have to do album release. I don't have to do poetry. I don't have to do shit.
Just
whatever we want to do that month. Yeah. And July just happened to be that month, man. So July 21st, we got y'all coming on and doing your thing. Tell me, how do you feel about that?
I'm excited.
I'm excited to see you perform.
I have something a little bit different, actually, that I'm going to be doing.
Okay.
Because I'm a writer more than I'm a spoken word artist, and I'm going to give you guys a little bit of taste of what that means.
Okay.
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 Go on ahead. Get off there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, go on ahead then.
I hope y'all ready, too, because some of y'all are going to be a little wet.
Oh damn! Where my napkin?
I don't know, man. Like,
girl, if you don't think my Obamacare don't cover that kind of ratchetness,
I'll keep myself quiet on that shit. But we'll see.
I don't know if my Obamacare.
We'll see about that. Felicia, what you think?
Yes, I'm excited. I'm always excited to perform. That's one of my things I like to do. Like, I like making, I got a couple poetry albums and stuff. So being behind the scenes, but actually being able to perform and interact with the crowd and stuff. So performances are always fun for me.
Yeah, I remember your first performance. Yeah.
You remember my first?
Your first, at least the one I seen, the first one at Fresh P and Mike Twice album release.
Yeah, that was one. Yeah, that was one of my big first performances. That was my first little sold out. That was a sold out show he had. So yeah. And that was hard, but it was good because it was mostly a hip hop crowd.
You were the absolute champion.
But they actually shut the fuck up and listened. So that was exciting.
Oh yeah.
So
that was a good time, man. But that shit seems like
forever.
It seems like yesterday, but it's really been forever ago because we haven't been at that spot in at least 3 years.
Yeah,
now.
I think it was 3.
Yeah,
3
so
years
which means
ago.
if we think it's 3, that means it's been 4. That's how I've been going. You know what I'm saying? So, but that was crazy though. And since then, you just evolved. Us and you just skyrocket. Tell us about Create and Chill.
So Create and Chill is an event that we do every first and third Wednesdays. We changed it was weekly, but got a little hectic. So it's
weekly
first and third.
Yeah,
it got really hectic. So it's first and third Wednesdays. We're at room 1701 now. Okay. So what we do is it started out as being they were calling it, they nicknamed it the urban Starbucks. So people would come out, they would bring their laptop, whatever they were working on. I had a couple people that come out and do a business meeting. One guy, he designs what is it, like logos and stuff. So he actually had like a meeting. He brought the girl in and they talked about their design. They sat there and designed it all. We have somebody come in, crochet, like whatever you do, we wanted you to come in and do it.
Just
like,
come and chill.
Like a
come
vendor
and
market
chill,
almost.
right?
And
Yeah. So then we started opening up like that, but at the same time, we have 2 performers a night, and they range from poets, musicians, and singers. So we do that, and then I started the little "What You Talking About" Wednesday as a personal thing on my Instagram.
I remember that.
I started on
remember
Instagram, and so now we do it at Create and Chill. So
live?
Yeah, we do it live.
Nice.
So it's usually me, and I usually get a co-host, which is usually a guy, so we can have a girl and a guy.
That's the one I seen Doodoo Brown for?
I've had Doodoo Brown.
All
I've had
right,
Mike
all right.
twice, Mighty Jaw. Like, I've had a couple guys come through. So we sit there, like, people put their questions in a box. So we don't know. They're anonymous. They ask us whatever. And I mean, they ask whatever they want. And we have to sit there and we answer them. But sometimes, like, they're really good questions. Sometimes it's like people be going through stuff. Like, they come and tell us all their business. We don't know who they talking about, but they'll say whatever, and we sit there and tell them, like, okay, well, if it was me, this is what I would do. So that's always a good, because I feel like some people probably need that.
Yeah.
So that's one of my things I look forward to. So Create and Chill, we give you a little bit of everything. Of course, food, drinks, hookah, entertainment, a little networking, and I actually started adding vendors. So now we have between 3 and 4 vendors that come out every time we have it. So they range from selling jewelry to clothes to candles. We just can't do no food and drink vendors because the venue already has that.
Yeah.
But anything outside of food and drinks, we do that. So
That's dope.
You know what something that's really cool is, like, there are a lot of the artists that I'm talking to, I bring up different events and stuff that a lot of them actually know about.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, did you know about this cool new place? Like, go check this out and collect some more artists. So
it's
She's
people
big
know.
time, man. She got a pretty
People
major
know.
following. You went viral way back when. I think about this shit. You know, now that I think about this shit, you had how many shares on that?
It was almost close to 1 million before I.
This shit's crazy, and it's like
exited
upon
the
like first meeting, it's like right after she killed Fresh and Shit's show, and like maybe 3-4 months after that.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
Yeah, because Fresh Show was in January, and then I think that went viral in like March. Yeah.
wow, that's
And
crazy,
it's
yo.
just been uphill from there.
I want to know, like, since you're organizing and promoting and doing all this shit with the shows, like, what's the hardest part of being behind the scenes as a curator?
I be wanting to touch everything.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really trust, not saying I don't trust, but I just feel like they're not going to do it like
Your way.
me. So I don't know how to, like, give somebody a job and say, this your job, and do it. I'm going to come check everything. Like,
I understand.
Even, like, DJ purposes. Like, my DJ is my cousin. And I be all in his shit. Like, hey, what you... He be like, oh, my God.
You ain't mixing
And
it right.
he be like, oh, my God. And I'm just like, that. If I can learn how to, like, designate jobs to people and let them do it, that would take so much stress off me. Because that's what I call myself doing. Like, okay, let me give you this and give you this so it'll take some stress off me.
Well, that's all about your team.
It don't work that
It's all
way.
about building a team that specializes in what they're supposed to specialize in.
But I don't know if I let them.
You got to let go some of the
I
control now.
understand.
Yeah.
Trust me, I
Yeah.
understand. Like, I love having creative control of,
Like, if
of
you
what
come
we
to
do.
Create and Chill, you will see me, like, literally.
I can imagine.
Everywhere.
I be
Chicken with the head
everywhere.
cut
I'm
off.
at the door. I'm on stage. I'm at the DJ booth. I'm in the crowd. Like, I'm just like...
You got little life size cutouts of
Yeah.
you just in places
It's
to make it
bad.
look
It's
like you're
like
there.
even at my album release party, I remember J-Rock pulled me to the side and he was just like, sit back. He was like, just be in this moment. And it was so hard for me to do
Right.
that. He was like, I need you to just sit down for 10 minutes. He was like,
That's
go
it.
sit on the stage and sit there for 10 minutes. And I literally was sitting there like, okay, 8 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes. Like, it's bad. It's bad.
I remember when you the first night you did Create and Chill was at the Bricks.
Yeah.
And I came out and checked it out and everything. It was nice. It was a nice vibe and everything. I enjoyed it. And I like the ambiance of the venue. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like the lighting was just right. The DJ was.
We try to make it feel like, my mom says it feels like you walking into our living room.
Got you.
I can.
So
I can
that's what I
definitely
try to
agree
do.
with
And
that.
even like we've moved from the Bricks to room 1701, but we still kept like
The
that
same
same
vibe.
little vibe. Like he
Gotcha.
had like he had a couple couches and stuff. I'm
In
like,
front
can we
of
move
the
these
stage.
couches? Can we put these couches right here in front of
Right.
the stage? Like we still try to get that. Like you walk in, I'm gonna be like, "What's up, Spaceship?" Like
Right.
it literally feels like
Like you
walking
came home.
into our living room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ambiance.
Like, yeah. That's what I wanted, because I want people to feel comfortable. Like, the first night, I kind of dressed up a little bit. I had my heels on. Like, now, I literally would come in there like this. Like, I want people to come there, like, straight after work or whatever.
Be comfortable.
Yeah, be comfortable.
The air rollers and shit.
If you want to.
Fuck it.
If that's how you create.
If you don't know, yeah, some people might create
Keep the little
like
face
that.
mask on there, little facial
that's
shit.
what you want. If that's what you want. But I just really be wanting people to be comfortable and just come out and chill. Like, even because some people thought that they had to have like a talent or they had to do something. I'm like, no. If you want to just come out just to see, like, you never know what connections could be made. You might, like, we got Danielle, Pretty Dope Artistry. You know, she helps me. She's my partner with everything. So, you know, she's painting. You might decide, hey, I need to buy a painting. This needs to go on my wall. Or I need to get her to paint me something for a Mother's Day gift or a birthday gift. Like, you just never know. So
that's the whole thing about going out, period. Like,
yeah.
If you're going out to meet people, you know what I'm saying? Like, instead of just being all walled off and shit. But, like, something like that, like Create and Chill, it says it in the name.
Yeah.
Like, Create and Chill. Go out there, see some talent, chill the fuck out, shake some hands, take some pictures.
Right.
And
like I say, then we got drinks, we got hookah, we got food. So it's just like,
what type of food y'all got?
They have chicken and waffles. They have wings. They have fries, of course. We have, like, it's a little nightly menu that they design. What else on there? Hamburgers.
You got me hungry right now. Shit.
Yeah.
Chicken waffles.
For real.
Yeah.
That sounds good right now.
Like
first
little
three,
nightly,
chicken and waffles and wings,
like
I'm
that.
ready.
Yeah, little nightly, little snacks. And it's all like under $10, like, so.
Now I also see, you know, every now and then you'll do these little runs, you'll do tours, like you'll go do a couple of shows up top in Florida, and then you come, like one time I seen you do a show, was like 2 up top, then you came down to Fort Myers, and then I was like, oh, okay.
I'm originally from Quincy, Florida, which is outside of Tallahassee.
All right.
So I had been dying to perform home. So I actually was the feature for Black on Black Rhymes in Tallahassee. So I did Black on Black Rhymes, and then I had to come back down to Fort Myers, and I did, oh gosh, she's going to kill me. This is DJ Daddy Fresh, Donald Jocelyn. I cannot think of the name of his event.
Uh-oh.
He's going to kill me. But anywho, it's in Fort Myers, and it's on a Wednesday. And so I had to go and do his event. So it was fun.
I was like, damn, she getting it. I mean, shit, she put some miles on that motherfucking cowboy.
It was fun.
Yeah. It always feels good when you can go and perform in from your hometown. Like me, myself, I'm from Tampa, Florida, so every time I do a show here, you know, I'm home. But I like more when I go to other cities and states and do things.
Like, we about to go back to my hometown in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we about to go to the
Kansas. Junction City, Kansas.
I'm going to try to find Dorothy and Toto.
Yeah, they'll probably be looking for you.
Right.
Performing home was so good. That was my first time, like, performing home.
Right.
So a lot of those people, they haven't seen me since high school, and this not Telicia that was in high school. So it was fun. Like, it was my classmates, it was my mom's classmates, my dad's classmates, my family. Like, it
brought the city out.
Yeah, it was good because, like I said, I come from a little small town. It's like population of 3,000. So, you know, it's
How big was your graduating
my
class?
high school class was like a little over 500.
That's a big ass class.
That's
well, it's
decent.
only one school.
Kansas.
My high school class was 99.
Yeah.
Well,
but compared to when because I moved here my senior year of high school. Anywho,
What high school you went to?
I went to Brandon. I lived in Brandon, but I was only there. I came to school, started in August, December. I early graduated. I was done.
We was doing good. Let's continue.
Listen,
let's
that wasn't
to high
my
school.
choice. That
I
was my
understand. My
mom's
feelings
fault.
are hurt. You should have went to Jefferson. Okay.
I lived in Brandon. My mom went finna. We was just in town. She ain't know where to go to Jefferson.
I understand.
I was trying to go to Spoto.
That's not a bad idea either. It's brand new.
But Brandon was right down the street. But anyways, beyond that, I got mad all over again. But my high school class back home was like 500. Then when I moved here to Brandon, it was like 800, 900. Damn. So, because I remember being being in the top 5 of my high school. I think I was like number 4. And then I came to Brandon, I was like number 70. And I was like, what the hell is this? Like, what do you mean I'm in the top 10% of my class? Like, no, I was in the top 5 back home. So it was totally different.
Damn,
it was totally
that's a lot
different.
of motherfuckers, yo.
Yeah.
Now you said your mom and your pops, and one thing that I've noticed anytime I see when you have performances, or even when I went to Create and Chill, they're like 1 and 2 number one fans. So tell me how that has had an impact on you as an artist.
I love it. A lot of people don't know because they see me and my dad so close, so they think this has always been.
Right.
It actually hasn't. Him and my mom got back together a little over 2 years ago.
Okay.
Got married for the first time.
Okay, all right, Pop.
Both of them, my mom had never been married. My dad had never been married.
So it was a first for both.
First for both.
I'm about to shake his hand.
First for both. Hand. And so just having my dad's support, like my mom, of course, has always been there. Everything that I've done, my mom has always been there. Right. So if she's not there, it's going to be like, lady, what are you doing? Where you at? Like, why you not here? But to have my dad and being at my events, y'all done heard some of my poems before. I had this one guy come up to my dad and was just like, I love y'all relationship. Like, the fact that your daughter is so comfortable saying this stuff and you're sitting right in front of her, like, it is amazing. And the guy was like, how do you get that comfortable saying that in front of your dad? Like, what do I need to do? And I'm just like, I don't know. Like, that's just me and my dad.
That, though, or was it the first time
no,
like
it's always been like that. It's always been like that. I think because of me and my dad relationship growing up, it just kind of was always like, yeah, you're my dad, but at the same time, it's almost like
a homie.
Yeah. It's like, you're my dad, but like, you my homie. Like, I'm finna say this in front of you. Like, correct me later or tell me you feel bad later, but I'm about to say this.
I got to get this off my chest.
And so and he's always been like, cool, whatever. Like, I can go to my dad and I'll be like, Dad, what's your favorite poem? And he'll throw out something. I'll be like, that's your favorite? Like, so it helps a lot. My dad, like, because my mom, she kind of, like, she'll work she works, like, early in the morning and stuff like that. So some of my night shows she can't come to. My dad works overnight, but some days he are off. So, like, if my mom can't come, my dad will definitely be there. So having him there it's a lot. Like, I probably wouldn't care if nobody else was in the crowd, but like my mom and dad be there, I'd be like, about to do this show. Right.
Because I've done a show with you. I think it was the last show we did was the J-Rock Outcast show, and I showed up for the sound check, and you and Mom, like, I expected you to be there, but me, her, and Mom's was outside waiting again. I'm like, damn, I know Mom's come to the show, but she had the sound check. And
I be dragging her
front and center. Mom's was there, you know what I'm saying? And I definitely know that feeling because my mom, she comes to my shows too. And she get her little corner, get her little drink, do a little two-step, and have a good time. You know what I'm saying? So,
like I took my mom one time. We did a show. Out in Orlando. Okay. It was my first official. Like, a lot of people like to put me in erotic shows, but
I wonder why.
But you know, they're erotic, but they're not really erotic, right?
But it's good
compared to some erotic that you hear. When you hear my stuff, you're like, that's not erotic.
The way you do it is like It's not, like you said, it's not erotic. It borderlines erotic and what I call intelligence.
Right.
It makes you think.
Well, they put me on a lineup in Orlando that was strictly erotic. It was erotic. Okay?
So did that throw you off your square?
No, because I just had to, like, by the time I got up there, they were halfway drunk. And so anything I said came out my mouth, and then
was on it.
And my outfit was enough anyways. I had on like some little shorts that night, and so they were okay. But it was my mom. The fact that I took my mom, and I was just like, oh, like, it wasn't even what I was doing or what I was saying. It was what was happening, like, with the other stuff, and I was just like, yeah, I didn't know it was gonna be like this. But she was like, it's okay. Then I was
She's over there having a good time.
Like, she was like, it's all right. Like, as long as I get her something to drink and get her something to eat.
That sound about right. That sound
like Moochie.
Hold on, Moochie want him an orange juice and Sprite. And we gonna put him on the dough.
That sound like Moochie right there.
But yeah, that was like my first official erotic show, and it was like they had like a little exotic dancer calling the women on stage, and it was fun, but it was a lot. I had no idea.
Yeah, I can attest to that because it's like anybody that heard me DJ, like, I really don't use the microphone that often, but over the past couple of months, I'll say, the microphone and me have become friends. So it's like I try to be mindful of what I'm saying when my mom's around, but then after the show, she'd be like, well, baby, I know you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Have your fun. So it's like, now I'm not going to say I'm like, fuck it, but I'd be kind of like, fuck it. Like, I got to do what I got to do.
Yeah. And that's even like with my mom and dad being at Create and Chill. I told y'all what she's talking about Wednesday. People ask me
wild shit.
No filter. Like, I was like, I can't believe y'all asking me this.
So
like,
this line that you wrote,
like,
did this actually happen?
They do stuff like that. Or I have to make a disclaimer. I have to tell them, I said, look, do not ask me about fucking in the ass, because we don't do that. They always ask me something about anal sex, always.
Right.
And like somebody, I don't know who it was, but somebody was there. It had to be the same person. It was like 3 weeks in a row. Every week they asked me how many sex partners I had. Every week.
Wow.
And I was like, listen.
It hasn't changed.
I was like, listen. I'm like, listen, stop asking me that. So, like, sometimes they'll ask me some stuff, and I'll elaborate and I'll talk on it. And then I might say, like, then they'll ask me some old, personal question. I'm like, I'll lean up and I'm like, Mom, blah, blah, blah. And then they be like, oh my God, that's your mom.
Right. What,
I didn't know it was
your
mom.
Like, your mom don't even look like when I posted a flyer tonight and I seen your mama last name is Davis.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Davis, like, is that her mom? And I was like, yeah. That's mom's, because your mom, black don't crack. She looks very Pops. I ain't trying to push up on moms or nothing, but you know what I'm saying.
They do my dad the
Them niggas
same
probably
way.
waiting outside right now.
Listen,
He not.
Pops, your Pops was like, he got a radio, but he don't play it. I ain't trying to find out what station he listening to.
But it's like that with my dad, though. I go places with my dad, and they like people think that's my boyfriend. I be like, that's my dad, and especially because like
I used to hate that
I be
feeling,
in Walmart or something. I'm like, Daddy, and I can see people like looking. They like, I be like, dang, they think I call you Daddy,
Right.
and I be like,
Right.
but he's my dad. But
he probably, I'm pretty sure he enjoy
It's
like,
Tampa,
yeah,
Florida, though.
But yo,
We see that all the time.
yeah, they
I
just
get that
think,
with Damaris all the time. My daughter just turned 13 the 9th. And she don't look 13 at all. Like, she's about my height, which is not hard to accomplish. And she's filled in like her mama and stuff. And yeah,
she's womanly and maturing.
Womanly,
yeah, I don't watch that. But yeah, she's filled in. And I like it, but I don't like it. Like, mentally, she's ahead. And you know what I'm saying? I just try to build that bond, come talk to me about anything, no matter what it is. And there's some stuff that's tough that I don't know nothing about.
I just say, be ready now.
I ain't ready to do that.
Listen,
shit.
I'm gonna
Y'all
get.
not ready?
I'm Papa on the radio now.
The first time she came to me with something I know nothing about, but I had to learn, was when she started her menstrual. And it happened
Fun stuff.
for the first time. So she her mom says to her, when that happens, I'll be there for you. She was like, no, I'll talk to my dad. So then she was like, well, he knows nothing about that. She said he has Google. So when it happened, my mom, I was like, hey, Mom, I need to ask you some questions. Like, and we sat down, had our little huddle up, and my mama told me some stuff. And so I know a little shun, but not like, it was tough. I was like, what the hell am I doing? You know what I'm saying?
Fun stuff.
Yeah.
It's Waves of the Bay, episode 14.
Oh, he know it's on the way.
Yeah, I'm not ready to
way.
deal with that shit. I got some time. Hopefully. But
Listen.
yeah, Waves of the Bay, episode 14. We're chopping up with Telicia the Poet right here, man. This has been great already. Like, you're sticking around for the whole show, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to have to put you on the spot at some point. So
Okay.
I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna let you just think about that, because I know the way you are, that's probably gonna just circle in your head like, oh shit. I'm gonna let you think about that shit, man.
Yes.
But yeah, tell the people where to find you on your social media.
So Facebook is Telicia. You can put in Telicia the Poet. That goes to my artist page.
You better spell Telicia.
Telicia, and the poet is DA. Poet, Poet. And on Instagram, you can put in Telicia the Poet. It'll come up, but it's Pretty Dimples. So Pretty is Pretee, Dimples with 2 S, I think.
I think that's such a cute name.
I think it's 2
Pretty
S.
Dimples. Where'd you get that name from?
Yeah, no. I think it's 2 S, and then Dimples. Yeah, Dimples with 2 S. So it's pretty easy. And then Create and Chill is create _ the letter N _ chill.
They ain't hearing you.
I'm
Repeat
sorry.
it one more time.
It's create _ the letter N _ chill. Create and Chill.
And she's very active on social media too. So
Yeah.
I'll make sure y'all go ahead and follow
With
her
a
on
major
those pages.
following at the same time, man.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, she makes me feel popular. I got the I Know Telicia shirt. I should have rocked that shit tonight, man. But it's radio, so they ain't gonna see it.
I was asked why I didn't the Keep Giving Head shirt.
To keep giving, yes, I have to put in another
Yes.
order.
My friend.
Thanks to you.
Yeah, my friend. Listen, I'm gonna tell you. I don't
What
know.
is that about? Let the people know that don't know about that.
Keep
What is
Giving
that?
Head.
Yeah.
So the shirt started from the poem that I had called Head. And it was one of those things, like a viral moment. Like
Yeah.
when you go viral, you gotta do something with it, because
just because it
go viral doesn't mean anything. Ain't nobody finna come at you.
Happen next
right?
Time
ain't nobody
too.
gonna come at you and be like, "Hey, here go a check," or none of that. Like, because none of that stuff was planned out. It just went on there, and I woke up the next day and I was like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Right.
So, but it wasn't anything that was like, "Okay, this gonna bring me a check tomorrow," or nothing like that. So I was like, "Okay, let me see what to do." Okay, the poem called Head. Let me get a quick T-shirt real quick. Came with a T-shirt, but I was like, I really didn't want a T-shirt that just said "Keep Giving Head," because if it's a T-shirt that just said "Keep Giving Head," like, my mama not finna wear that shirt on a Saturday. My grandma not gonna wear this shirt on a Saturday. But if I put it on there and then be like, let me come up with a cute little acronym for it. Okay, head can be high energy and dopeness. Okay, cool. So now it's catching your attention because you're gonna look at it and be like, keep giving head. What her shirt say? Oh, high energy. So it just worked. It worked for those people that want to be intelligent. It's like, that's not what it means.
Brilliant.
That's not what it means. It don't mean head like that. It worked for those people, but it also worked for the people that's like, nah, I do mean that. This is keep giving head. So
I was that
works.
person.
It works. Or
and the design is dope as hell.
It catch those people.
Yeah.
It catch those people that's like, what you mean
That's
keep
it.
giving head? So that was my little capitalizing on the whole going viral thing.
When I seen that the first time, I think I seen you post. It was on Facebook the first time, and you were setting up for a show, and I pulled up and got my
and I because you got my first shirt,
Yes.
and then I redid the design.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Nova redid the design for me.
Shout out Nova King.
Yeah, she redid the design for me, so we dropped another
batch.
set of shirts. Mhm.
And a partner of mine seen it the first time, and I thought he was bullshit. And he was like, "I gotta have that shirt." I'm like, "Oh, okay, what up, nigga?" And he was dead serious to the point. He called me before I reached out to you. He was like, "Look, whatever color she got that shirt on, she got it in pink. I need it in that color." And he lives in Maryland, so
I've had shirts, like, I've shipped them out to like all over.
I believe
like,
that.
it's crazy.
That's one of the things you see, and
yeah.
I'm gonna need that.
So don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if he come back at you and say, "I need blah blah blah," because out where he lives, it's nobody. He said nobody's doing that, and he likes the concept as well. I thought he was playing. He was like,
that shit
"I
in
need
Kilgore
that shirt."
stores. What you need to do, have that shit hang on.
Yo,
Yeah,
that bim, there you go.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just been and then even though that poem was like 2-3 years old, like, I can still perform it tomorrow, and it's like, what?
People be on it.
Like, I remember one time I put up there and I was like, I'm retiring head, and everyone was like, what is wrong with you and Grace? I'm like, oh my god.
No, you can't retire that now. I'm saying something right now. You can't retire that.
Okay.
Bring back head. The poem.
That's why I'm so excited about this July show, though, because like you got your this shit's gonna be amazing. Though. Like, you got your style, you got your whole little vibe and ambiance and all that shit to you. But there's like 10 other poets that got that same shit too in their own style. Like, this shit's gonna be fucking amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yo. The energy in the 5-star is gonna be through the roof.
It always is.
Like, I already know. I might have to put some hard bottoms on for that month.
I think I might take the next day off from work. How about that?
That's probably the smartest thing.
I go and I do these parties and then we leave and go around the corner.
Oh, that shit hurt.
And then go to work the next day on that Monday and I'm in there looking like, who did it? Goddamn it!
Ignite the night. The first year we could do that shit.
Yeah.
Year 5, we up here struggling and shit.
I actually got a transition to a new job while I was doing Ignite the Night with you guys, and I told them I couldn't come in till a certain time on Mondays.
Oh,
the smartest thing. Put that in the contract. You know,
my job. I'm in the mortgage industry. They ain't trying to hear that. We need this loan,
during
motherfucker.
the week from doing Thursday smoking words,
right.
So then I go to work on Friday morning,
right.
And then so that was one thing with Creative Chill, trying to do it every week. Like, I literally felt like Wednesday and Thursday was one day.
Yep.
Like, it literally was just like one long ass day, and I was like,
and you're always going when it comes to weekly events.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't. So moving Creative Chill the 1st and 3rd was like one of the best things ever.
We started off weekly, and then we went bi-weekly, and then we was like, fuck it, we just gonna do this shit a month.
Yeah,
for real. And then we had the St. Pete shit mixed in there too, which,
man, I miss that St. Pete
do
shit,
too.
man.
But the time that we freed up from that has been dedicated to other stuff, and I'm happy about that.
So to artists and hosts, you got to work out the kinks to get to your goal.
It really is like that, man. You got to stay dedicated, stay on the grind,
and then you find out what works for you. Like, with Smoking Words, weekly works for Nova. Weekly works for Nova,
does.
But didn't work for me.
Yeah.
Twice a month was better for me. Once a month better for y'all. Yeah. Like, you got to find out what works for you. Like, and try it out. And if it don't work, don't be afraid to be like, nah, I'm not doing it. Because that's how I was with me doing it weekly. I was like, okay, this ain't going weekly. And then I was like, okay, well, I don't want to change it because I already kind of got like a little crowd coming in. Right. But I was like, this is my crowd. Like, they
They're
gonna
rolling with you anyway.
Right. Like, the people that I know gonna be there, they gonna be there. So I was just like, whatever, I'm gonna change it. And then who jump on. Like, you
then
gotta
again,
do
it could have been
work.
people that's there coming to support you that felt the same.
Yeah,
as you
like,
do.
dang, I can't be out here every week.
Right, and now they like, well, first and third, I'm there because
Yeah.
it's a chill spot. You could come there, have little business meetings, vibe, network, and just enjoy the show and stuff like that. So yeah.
Y'all just now tuning in. This Waves of the Bay, episode 14. We're talking with super poet over here, spoken word artist Telicia Da Poet. I'm so happy to have you here, man. It's cool. Like, I just keep going back to the Fresh P show. It's like, yo, I seen you way back when, and to see where you're at right now, it's just, like I said, it's inspiring, and I see you working, so you're working for it, you know. So I'm honored that, and thank you for coming on the show too, like for real.
Of course.
But yeah, we're not done with you yet. We still got some things to do, but I do want to slide into the Tampa Bay Watch segment. While we're at it, what time is it? It's 9:35 already. These Waves of the Bay shows be going quick, man. It's like the best part of Tuesday. I've been looking forward to this shit since last week, for real. And next week we got H coming on here, so you know that's just gonna.
That's definitely
I've got a dancer. Her name is Lisa L. Bougie.
Is it L Bougie or L Boogie?
It's L Boogie. L
Right.
Boogie. Yeah, and she.
Yeah, we got a dancer coming in here next
Wait,
week.
hold on.
Illuminators.
What
She
kind
goes
of
around the
what kind of
world.
dancer are you talking about?
She's on a dance team, and she's
Okay.
And she's on a
Pop
team
Locket.
called the Illuminators, and they wear this glow in the
I'm
dark
gonna show you a
suit.
picture.
And
Well, no,
set
because
him
I have a
up.
friend.
The dopest picture I've seen
I have
in
a
a long
friend.
time.
She's a burlesque dancer, and she and I did the Strad Center together one time.
Yeah.
And yeah. Ever since we did the Strads, it's like she was like, "You dope." I said, "You dope." She was like, "Okay, well, let's keep in touch." So, you know, she have stuff she shoot at my will. I just come through and see her shows and stuff, and she's pretty damn good. She's pretty good. You
L
know.
Boogie's coming up
So
next
that
week,
illusion
man.
of dance
Man, so we got a
I want
dance.
to
We
give you
got
a little
H.
bit new,
I like that.
something fresh.
I like that. I'm gonna show you this picture when we get the Baywatch going. Dopest picture I've seen in a while, though. Like, this shit fire. I was like, woo! That was my reaction through the messenger. I was like, woo! Shit. Like,
Shit.
for
Damn
real.
it, man.
You got us queued up. We ready to rock with this? This is Tampa Baywatch. What we do? Matter of fact, let me
And
reset
then we
it.
got Theo Lodge coming, and he talked to him earlier, and he's in the Netherlands right now.
I know. Yeah, we're his first interview when he gets back from tour,
yeah.
and we actually leave for Kansas the next day. So we set it up like that so we can just talk, chill with the homie before we bounce out. But yeah, Waves of the Bay, we do this every Tuesday from 8 to 10. I'm Tone Kapone, DJ Spaceship. Neckley Under Construction comes in here a couple weeks. Always with some freshness, though, man. I like that
Popping
shit,
up.
bro. Always. Popping up with that flyness. Telicia Da Poet's in the studio. Surgeon General over there chilling out, man. The Tampa Bay Watch, what we've been doing, we can just run through that order. That's fine. What we've been doing, the last 14 episodes, we've been playing 5 tracks from independent artists out here. I played 5 tracks from some of my people back home in Kansas because, we got the show going on July 5th back in the VFW. Y'all don't even know about this. You probably know about this. You're a small town person, but, you have a place where the old heads kick it at. You get to throw a party there. Everybody already know what time it is. It's going to be like a old-ass, barbecue is really it's going to be.
Whole family reunion, class reunion.
I'm trying to have everybody out that
popping.
motherfucker.
There's
And DJ Spaceship is DJing. So
Yeah, my scary ass getting on the plane.
yeah.
Wait.
I'm terrified.
Wait, what happened to the train?
He was
The
bullshitting.
train.
He was bullshitting.
It was the bus Greyhound. Yeah,
was
I'm
bullshitting.
You was
terrified.
gonna get on the bus.
I've been told that motherfucking.
Yeah.
You have
I
no
thought you
idea
already
how
bought
long
your
that shit is.
tickets.
Okay, so what had
How
happened was
long is that?
it was like 32 hours.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was gonna leave that night after the show because the show we doing is not until the
The 5th, which is
a Friday.
you're
so
really that scared to fly?
listen, I am terrified of heights. I'm so scared of heights that my job,
So what's your plan?
I'm getting on the plane.
He's getting on the plane.
Ain't no other way around that.
How'd that
What you gonna
happen?
do before you get on the plane?
Go to sleep.
I don't know. Stay up.
Take Xanax.
It ain't gonna be
You
that
gonna
bad.
take some Xanax?
No, I don't want to take those kind of drugs, and then it make me flip out, and then they have to beat my ass up there.
Xanax just gonna put
Xanax
you to
is an
sleep.
anxiety
No,
medicine.
and then on top of that, like I don't want to be too. It's on a 2.5 hour flight, so I don't want to be too fucked up to the point where they can't
it's
wake
early.
me
It
up.
It just chills you out.
Nah, I'm good. I'm not the kind of person that wants to sit by the window and look at the clouds. No, let it be dark. Let us get there and get down. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
He's gonna end up in a middle seat.
it's no. Well, I'm a big girl.
You don't get the aisle
I'm a big
seat.
girl.
I don't have that problem, yo. Like I can fall asleep before the plane take off.
Yeah,
yo.
I do too.
Like,
I
I'll
can't
be
do all that.
all the way.
Make sure
knocked
you
out.
choose some gum, because for me, I get nauseous and
My
your ears
ears
start
hurt.
popping.
Yeah, I got that. I got my my Beats headphones around here. Some goddamn. Well, I'm good, but I'm just get on there and I'll be good because I actually went to L.A. 2 years ago, and I flew all the way out there by myself.
And when the plane starts going up, sit back.
No, it was straight. I went Orlando to LA, and then coming back, I came back with DJ Reality. Shout out to my girl Reality, and we flew back together. But like Tone, before we took off, she was knocked the fuck out.
I'm done, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. It's something about a plane. It's like I be in a trance. I can't wake up. Like I can't.
I need to tap into that energy. So if you can put that shit in a bottle and pass
my grandma honestly says she think it's probably like some type of fear or anxiety. Because like I go to sleep, like it's like as soon as I get on the plane, I'm kind of just like, yep, go to sleep. Don't want to see none of this. I'm asleep.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we're landed,
fight or flight, she's flying.
Yeah.
And see, my thing is, I think my thing with flying is one, not being in control, and turbulence.
I think because I would just rather be asleep, like if they was that bad,
and wake up and get going. Like that's how I deal with it.
I just want to be asleep.
Well, I mean, it's, like I said, it's only 2.5 hours. Something happened,
you'll be fine.
It's just
I find out about it when I land.
Fuck you, Tony.
Yeah, he get there all early and shit. Like,
I'm gonna be sitting in the airport looking like I'm waiting on Pops with a
Kansas City Airport is not Tampa Airport.
I'm gonna find something to do, goddamn.
Kansas City Airport look like the Flowhio Studios is what it looks like.
DJ Spaceship's gonna be walking around like, can you hear me now?
I'm gonna be. Is the signal bad out there, motherfucker? Shit, just
That's
look for me.
Like I used to fly out to Huntington, West Virginia. Oh my god,
country to the motherfucker out there.
The worst, and then you have to switch over into this little ass plane that's about this big.
I don't do no little planes.
Jesus Christ! Oh, I hated it. That's why I slept the whole time.
See now, when I came back from LA, the plane was so fucking big. It was a 777, and we was in the air for 30 minutes. I had no clue. I'm like, when the fuck we gonna take off? And the dude just hit the damn TV on the back of the seat, and it was like, oh shit. We almost in Arizona.
That don't make no damn sense.
I had no clue the plane was that big. You know what I'm saying? But I'm with you on that small plane. Small plane bullshit.
That don't make no damn sense. Like you ain't feel that shit?
No, not at all. Because some pilots they just zoof, and then some pilots they just ease on into the shit. And
I'm gonna let you tell that one, bro.
Yeah, man. My experience, mother sucker.
And many different types of pilots do those things.
I'm just glad he's gonna fly. I knew he was gonna fly,
and she enjoyed the ride.
There was about a 5% chance that he was really gonna get on the bus. In my head, I was waiting for you to stop bullshitting.
Well, I had already
I'm glad you
ticket.
told me that you wasn't bullshitting.
I had already bought my ticket, and I was sticking to the line here that I was catching Greyhound. I took pictures of a Greyhound.
My mama was ready to clown the fuck out of him.
I took pictures of a ticket online and sent it to him. But Dave, he knew about the whole thing, so I was gonna tell Winnie. And when I was showing her my phone at the show, he looked, and I was like, "Damn, I want him to think something crazy." And he was walking, so I was like, "Fuck it." I just showed him. I was like, I've been had my ticket. Like the whole time I was in here clowning, I had already had my ticket. Like I came home.
I've been on the Greyhound from Junction City to Memphis, Tennessee. That shit took 24 hours.
I've been on the Greyhound from here to Tallahassee, and it took 8 hours. When it should have took 4.
Like 4,
and it take 8-10 hours.
And people sneeze all the time.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It is.
It's not a good look. Especially
but I'll
if you
be good on the plane, man.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I just get up there. My biggest thing, just get up there and come down. I just pray, bring me down the same way you took me up. Nice and sexy. Yeah,
Giggity.
That's it. Tony, I hope you get a small plane the whole fucking way laughing.
You know what? I want to. You have us queued up.
I'm ready for you, man.
We're gonna remix this real quick, man. Problem. We're gonna remix this real quick. I want to go ahead and put her on the spot real quick.
Let's do it,
because we're right about that time. I feel like the Tampa Bay Watch is probably going to take us to the end of the show. So, let me get this camera set up here. I've been doing some major visuals. I don't know if y'all seen it, but go to tone-kapone.com and you can see the Ride the Wave segments, man. It's also on my YouTube. We have Telicia the Poet in the studio. This is Waves of the Bay, episode 14. We have a segment called Ride the Wave. Explain Ride the Wave, say sir.
So Ride the Wave came from episode 1. Shout out to Sean October and my man Ray Butsky. They were supposed to send in the track, and we listen and shoot the breeze like we normally do. But they sent their performance track in. So they was like, we're like, fuck it, like go live, and we ended up renaming it Ride the Wave. And so we like, fuck it, every time artists come on, we're gonna have them, display their talent by riding the wave. It's on Telicia the Poet.
That's cute.
Right, I tried, what I'm saying.
That's cute. All right, so y'all want me to perform a piece?
Yeah, give the people your social media information one more again. Let the people know who you are, what you about, where you from.
Facebook is Telicia the Poet. Telicia is Telicia. The Poet is DA Poet. And then Instagram, you can type that in, or you can just put in Pretty Dimples, and Pretty Dimples is PRETEE Dimples with 2 S. All right, let's see what piece we're going to do here. I think I know Soul Food off the top of my head.
All right.
I am thick like cornbread, raised up on soul food. Boy, I am your soul's food. So taste me. No, devour me. See, I am only organically speaking. See, I am the queen in which you've been seeking. So let me sit on your face. Better yet, let me straddle your brain. See, I'll open the doors and allow you to come inside and plant your seed, for I have the fertilizer to help you grow into that man that got your mother proud. See, I am the woman that your mother declared and decreed over your life, the type that you should wife. So touch me. Without using your hands, whisper, not in my ears, but to my heart, make my soul moan. See us, baby, we can make art. We can make music, cause see, I'll blow you like I would a saxophone and turn you on with licks like I was playing a guitar. See, I will stroke your body like the keys on a piano. See, I will moan and sing soprano. Have you lost yet found in my lyrics, amazed at how my word flow has no limits? But see, I'm only organically speaking, raw conversation and no interference. Cause see, I can make you put your phone down. Have you lost in my dreamy eyes as I go down on you mentally, fulfilling whatever part of your body was empty? And see, this poem is not just about sex, it's about us and how we connect. See, I am your bed sheets to comfort your soul. I am your canvas, so use your paintbrush to create your masterpiece. And I wasn't trying to get this deep, but it's just something about a man who can part my knowledge and teach me those things I didn't learn in college. Turn me on like a light as you reach into my deep, dark space. Crave my words, swallow my taste. See, I'm thick like cornbread, raised up on soul food. And boy, I am your soul's food.
Hey.
Hey.
Hold up. There you go. We got a snap on that one.
Wish I could snap a little louder.
Get your snap game up. That was Telicia the Poet right here on Waves of the Bay. That was the Ride the Wave segment. We do this every show, most every show. Depends on who the guest is, honestly. But these poets have been coming with it, yo. Like, y'all poets, man, y'all been coming with that shit.
That's a whole nother level.
Thank you.
I have seen more hearts on my damn screen tonight than any damn show.
I'm seeing names I ain't never seen before, yo.
I'm talking about they checking in heart. I'm like, oh, it's me. Oh shit, it ain't even showing me. It's on Telicia. I'm about to just put a picture of her up on the wall and just. I'm talking about these hearts. They look like whoop.
People on Spreaker mad than a motherfucker right now. They're like,
them hearts are just fucking.
It's all
flowing,
good. Y'all
man.
can tune in YouTube, man. Tone-Kapone.com. I'm gonna have it up there. Ride the wave. That's what's up. How you feel about that?
I was waving at my daddy.
Oh, what's up, Pop?
How I feel about soul food? Wait, what you
Yeah.
asked me? How I feel about that poem?
How you feel about that poem?
Oh, I love that poem. I had I guess took a little break for a minute. I don't know. I just wasn't writing, and that was like one of the pieces I wrote, and then was like, all right, cool.
How many pieces do you have finished up right now, you think?
Okay, so my EP got 14. No, my EP got 7. My album got 14, so that's about 21 finished. Probably a rough 25 finished.
Okay.
Finished. Because I have to be in a whole different place. Like, I can't just write. Like, I can't go home and just write tonight.
You have to be like one place in particular, or what's your writing style?
Mentally,
Yeah.
I have to be. Oddly enough, when I'm happy, I don't write. When I'm happy, I don't write. The moment I'm going through or gotten through something, then I write.
Does it all just come to you at one time, like just?
Sometimes it just depends. Soul Food, Head, and a couple other popular pieces. I was at work and I write. I might hear one word or something that might be
and scribble it down.
Yeah, and then next thing I know, I'm like, damn, I'm finished.
Mm-hmm.
But in some pieces, I'd be like, shit, I don't know. I'll come back to it later and be like.
So do you think it's hard to finish a poem or finish a piece?
It just depends on the piece.
Yeah.
Some on my album, I got a poem on there called Relationship, and Fresh P is on there. That poem was so hard for me. I don't know why. I didn't know how to end it. I didn't know where it was going. I wasn't even gonna put it on the album, but I let my producer, Alias Red, I let him hear it, and I let Fresh hear it, and it was like, what's wrong with you? What you mean you not putting this on here? And I was like, well, if you like it so much, then jump on it. He was like, okay, and Fresh got on it, because I was just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. But it just depends. Some of them do come fairly easy, and then some of them I'm just like,
What's the longest one of them took for you to finish up?
Besides relationship, probably. Maybe I would say the one I wrote called Unborn Daughter, just because I just wanted it to be perfect. I wanted it to be perfect. I wanted it to be words that I would say if I was to have a daughter, and so I just really wanted it to be perfect. So I think that was my thing.
How long did it take you?
I wrote it in parts. So I remember I had like my first part and I had my like another part, and I actually had to finish it because I did movement through poetry, where they do like poetry and then it's like a yoga person behind a silhouette that moves to your poetry. And I think I finished it like 2 days before that event because I wrote it and I had to have it for that event. So it probably was like a month overall, like piecing it together. Yeah.
So what would you say is the biggest misconception about your style of poetry?
That is nasty. No, because like people will hear head, or people will hear like the other one words is sapiosexual,
right,
and they'll be like
immediately their mind go to the gutter.
Immediately, and it's just like, nah, you wasn't even listening.
Be all up in your
It's
inbox.
not called sexuality, it's called sensuality.
Yeah, and like they don't listen. Like they just hear like they might just hear like with like words to sapiosexual. My first line is like, can I swallow you all at once? And I know they came out a little blunt, and they just like, whoa. And I'm like, nah, you ain't even like, hear the rest. So I think that'd be the one thing, like, you really got to sit there and listen to it. But if you're going into it with just like, yeah, this some nasty stuff, she talking about sex, then you're not going to hear nothing else. You're not going to catch
the message.
Yeah, you're not going to hear nothing else. Like, I know I've done a couple interviews with people, and they haven't listened to the poem. Like, actually listen. So the whole time I'm sitting there like, this is not what it's about. Like, yeah, I heard your poem and da-da-da. I'm just like, nah.
The inbox gonna be jumping again. You're gonna get another surprise.
I'm just like, no. So that's my thing. Like, I be wanting people to actually like take the time and listen. So that's why I wrote, I got a piece called Poetry, which I probably will do that at the show. Because I like to do it as an intro. Like, it kind of sets it up as far as like my poetry style and what it's about. Because it's talking about poetry, but I describe it as if I'm talking about a man. And it's like our first time dealing with each other. But it's actually the first time I wrote poetry, or the first time I got on the mic. So
and I know this probably is a dumb question because I'm pretty sure.
It's no dumb questions.
Well, you got to let me fit. You got to hear me out. So
you got to work at my job. There's dumb questions.
There are dumb questions.
Okay, I take that back then. So then there's no dumb question. But tell me of a poem that you wrote about. Tell me the most vulnerable poem you've written today.
Most vulnerable
the most vulnerable poem that you've written.
Probably will be Unborn Daughter, but I didn't know the power of Unborn Daughter until after the fact, because I wrote Unborn Daughter. I don't know if y'all know, but I wrote Unborn Daughter, and I don't know why it came to me to write it. I wrote it, had no idea I was pregnant. And then I performed it. The first time I performed it live, I boohoo cried like a baby, and I'm just like, why? What is wrong?
What is wrong with me?
Why am I? Why? And then like I performed it again. Every time I would perform it, I would cry. And I think I found out, like, after performing it twice, I found out I was pregnant, and I was like, okay. My girl was like, I knew you were pregnant.
Do you think it's harder to perform the vulnerable poems?
It is for me now, because after I wrote that and then found out I was pregnant, then later on found out I lost the baby. Right. So I literally really became Unborn Daughter. Like, now I can't get through it. Right. Like, Fresh, that's like my best friend. So he like, we were playing it at my private listening party, and I'm sitting there like crying while it's playing. He's
just thinking about
He's like, do you cry every time you hear this? I'm like, yes, I do. Like, so it's like people ask me to do it for like Mother's Day brunches, and my pastor done asked me to do it at church, and I'm like, Lord, I'm just gonna cry. Like, why do you want me to do it? But
Fresh has a song that he did,
Three of Hearts.
Is that by his sister? And
it always makes me cry too.
I can't. Okay, so I'm not by myself then, because I told
by his sister, his mom, and his daughter.
Every time he do that song, I have
his Three of Hearts is my.
I gotta walk away.
Daughter.
I can't stand there and listen to that song, because when the first time I listened, like, damn, this shit dope, because I like his style. But when I listened to what the hell he was saying, I was like, Shit.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
It's 3 of Hearts, and that's why when he picks at me, he's like, "Do you always cry on board?" I'm like, "Do you always cry on 3 of Hearts?" Like,
right, like it that poem.
3 of Hearts is that's how
every time.
So those, I mean, even at my album release party, I sat there and I had to start the poem over because I cried through it. But being able to be vulnerable like that is good to show, like, even from people that's like on my social media, they just see it and be like, okay, Telicia Da Poet, da da da. So showing that soft spot and being able to be vulnerable and stuff like that, I always think is good. Like, I know Nova does this poem. Forgot the name of it. And she like always, her voice trembles when she do it. I'm just like, yep.
You know what's going on. Yeah,
I like it.
You have no idea how many people can relate to stuff like that, too. Because the way that you feel about it, there's probably somebody else in the audience that feels the same way. Mm-hmm. So I want to ask her one more question real quick. We got to get into the Baywatch here in a second, but like, when you look out there and see somebody crying in the audience off of something that you did, like, how does that make you feel?
Well, I'm gonna cry too because if I see somebody cry, I'm gonna cry too. But it's heartwarming. It's heartwarming because, like you said, you never know who's going through that situation. Like, even with the whole, like, because I usually tell the story. Like, when I do Unborn Daughter, I'll tell the story, and like people will come up to me and like, yeah, I lost a child too, or yeah, I went through that too, or da da da. And it's just like, you don't know who's sitting in that crowd that goes through that exact situation. Or even like when I do Men of Color, like that's my poem to uplift men of color, and like men come up to me and be like, thank you so much. Like, I needed to hear that, da da da. And you just never know. Like, you never know.
That's how you connect to people right there.
Yeah. So.
Do you think it's better to perform vulnerable, deep pieces that make you feel and make other people feel, or do you think it's better to do more relatable topics?
I think I think you have to just figure out your crowd. I like to, like, usually I get the shows early. Like, I may have a set in my head, but once I get to the actual venue and see who's there and see how it's going, then I try to play along that way. Like, okay, like I got one poem that's called Switch Up, and it's about how a nigga switched up. And I could be like, okay, this crowd got a whole bunch of females in here, look like they done been through some shit. Let's do Switch Up.
You read the crowd.
You know what I'm saying? Like, or I'll do Men of Color. Like, one time I remember I had planned in my head to do Men of Color, and I was like, it's not that many men up here. It's not that many men in here. And oddly enough, I hate to say it, like the stuff that I'm saying in Men of Color, you don't hear a lot of black women saying it to men. So it's kind of like, I don't want to hear that. You know, they have that men ain't shit. So it's like, I don't want to hear that. So I'm going to do Switch Up for them because they can relate. They want to hear Switch Up. Yeah. They don't want to hear Men of Color. Yeah. So it just depends. Like, I try to fill out the crowd and see, and then it just goes that way. So.
Telicia Da Poet, man. Episode 14 of Waves of the Bay. We got to get into Baywatch right now because I'm pretty sure we over. But one more again, tell the people where they can find you at.
So it's Telicia Da Poet. Telicia is TELICIADA Poet. And Instagram is Pretty Dimples, PRETEE Dimples with 2 S.
We appreciate you coming on the show,
of
for
course.
Real. Especially riding the wave. You killed that.
Thank you.
Thank you.